Welcome to Dumpster Talk, the official Trash Inc. podcast. I'm Nate Windu. I'm here with a couple acquaintances, I guess you could say, Carlu Ren and Jabba the John. We're here to talk about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. What do you guys have to say?
It sucked.
It was a very terrible movie.
Okay, and I think the podcast is over. Thank you all for joining us. See you next time.
See you next time. No, but I guess we should preface it that like we all like the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry if you expected a 45-minute trashing of The Last Jedi, because that's not what we're gonna do here.
No, we call ourselves trash because we're garbage, not because what we talk about is garbage.
It's high quality entertainment every time. That's our motto.
But
60% of the time.
Let's be
Every
honest
time.
though. There was about like 15 minutes of garbage in that movie though.
Hold on. First of all, spoilers ahead. Now we got that out of the way.
It was
all
it's in
of
the
Rose's parts were garbage.
Yeah.
Dropping the mic, figuratively.
please don't drop it. It's
That was
expensive
expensive.
equipment.
All right, but we should start. How about everyone give me three things that you didn't like about the movie?
Oh God.
Every
John?
single cute animal that was there only for merchandise purposes. Number one. Number
They're called
two,
the porgs. Okay, it's a really good porg recipe. Chewie knows it.
Number two would definitely be the entire scene on that casino planet. Did not need to be there. Did not add any plot development, and I really disliked that whole subplot involving those racehorse-faced, weird, long neck, creepy.
Yeah.
God, I can't get into it.
Yeah.
And lastly, number three would probably be how it's all about how everyone's able to use the Force with no training whatsoever. Now, I know Force sensitive. We'll get into this in more detail later, but there needs to be some amount of training, and there was none. And they still are able to move rocks. And when you look at how far it took, Luke Skywalker on Episode 4, he was terrible at all of this. So that's where there's a disconnect for me.
Nate?
I do agree with John. Pretty close. I gotta admit, I did fall asleep a little bit during the movie, so there are probably some things I missed.
It was probably during that casino part.
Yeah.
No, I was awake for that. Oh, trust me,
really?
trust
You
me.
missed the-
That,
you did-
and that bugged me too, because it was like it didn't need to be there, and they were on a time crunch, and they still were able to make it to the planet and
Yeah.
get back. Like that was kind of weird, but I don't know if I have anything to add to that.
Really? That's it? We'll
You
go-
guys saw the movies twice, all right? Calm down. Like, give me a break here. I'm trying to think.
We'll go over
It's
like
been a
each-
week.
I think we have a lot of common ones, but we'll go over like each one.
Yeah, I didn't want to get
Yeah.
too much detail right
Unlike
now.
John.
Yeah, like John.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
What about
fired
you?
up.
That's all you didn't like about the movie? Surprise.
No,
You need to watch it again.
Yeah, I do need to watch it again. Like I said, I was tired and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I know. I just want to talk about all the
I want to go back to what you said earlier too, before about the gray Jedi. The whole that one
they
scene with
teased us.
yeah
The
that-
entire movie.
that
Oh
bothered
man,
me
I got
too,
so
yeah.
like flaccid. The entire I
But
almost got
the
rock hard.
one scene with Kylo Ren when you first see him, kind of like
Oh yeah.
yeah that
Okay.
bugged me too.
But no, I agree. Like the casino one was like that whole scene. You could have taken that time and allotted it to something much better. It almost felt like they just added it in. The other thing that neither of you guys mentioned was the Leia Force ghost.
Oh,
completely
yeah.
forgot
That
about that
really didn't
Yeah.
sit well with me. I mean, like, we'll go over that. And then some of the comedy, but like watching it the second time, it was like, oh, I didn't really notice it. But like, I think though, even though with those bad things, there's still so much good that
Yeah,
like I liked about it that we'll talk about later.
Yeah, we can get into the good after we trash it here on Trash. It.
Yeah, we got to trash it first, and we break it down and then we build it up, which we can't do with our lives. So,
Yeah, despite multiple efforts.
I don't know. I guess we could just start at like the Finn and Rose thing. Like, I just like yeah.
Let's go straight to the cringiest moment of that.
Oh, the kiss?
Unreciprocated kiss.
Yeah, that was like the problem with their storyline is like it just felt like they were there to be there, right? Like they didn't really make any hard decisions. They didn't like push the plot forward, and honestly, it just seemed like they were a tool for Poe to learn a lesson, because like it was like Poe who wanted them to go do the mission and everything, and when they failed and ultimately caused like 24 ships of rebels to be destroyed, you could kind of blame it on Poe.
I wouldn't blame it on Poe. That's on that's on the pink haired lady.
No, the thing is, Poe sent them. If Poe would have never sent them and had just listened to the lady, they would have never got captured.
Oh, that yes.
Yeah,
No,
so
the whole thing would have been avoided.
Yeah,
You're
so the
absolutely right.
whole plot, what we got out of it, the lesson wasn't even like, oh, Finn learns about this or we learn about Rose. It's not that they're terrible characters. It's just they haven't had time to like been made into anything. It's just like they were just like, we're gonna exist solely to teach Poe a lesson. Like that's all it was.
I can see that. One thing that really irritated me about Rose's character is as soon as Finn brought up the tracking through light speed, light speed.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, well, that's highly theoretical, but I mean,
I know
it's
it.
the same as any tracker. Wait, what? No. If literally everyone on the command bridge was unable to understand how they tracked us through light speed, then
We wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah, this random person who works behind pipes all day all of a
Yeah.
sudden knew the answer, and it's the same as any tracker.
Yeah. It was almost like it's like they put him in there just like, oh, it's hopefully we'll get like the brownie points just because they're in here, when it's like they could have been really developed characters. So that's kind of why it didn't work for me. Nate, anything? You look
Yeah, no, I was
just agreements or disagreements?
no.
Has it been too long since you've seen it?
It has been too long. Are you
All
kidding
right,
me, man? It's been over a week.
It's been 3 days for me.
Yeah.
2 days
2
actually.
days?
Oh my god, it's Thursday.
No,
It
no.
was yesterday.
I can get
It's
it.
fresh.
I was trying to remember because it took me a second when you were talking about the kiss. I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you know when she crashed into him.
Yeah, no, and it's like I really like her line when she says like we have to fight for the things we love or whatever. Like I like that, but it's just it was so cheesy and it just didn't
Yeah.
feel like it belonged there. And it's like you could have done so many other things different to like get to that point, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like I hope, and it's like in a 2.5 hour movie to not have time to show these characters' story correctly. Like, come on. It's kind of what the fuck.
There's
So-
definitely enough time to develop their characters, and they chose not to.
But there's hope though. Hopefully.
The spark that will light the fire.
There's a
Yeah.
new hope.
Ooh.
Goddamn. Goddamn. I know. Anyone have anything else on that? I mean,
On that same issue.
not really.
And that was kind of weird too. Yeah, if they had the technology, they're like, oh yeah, every ship has it. Every ship can do it. Like, I don't know. It was kind of weird. Like the tracking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have anything to add to it. I'm sorry. That
no,
was
wait,
kind of weird.
I just-
I was like,
on that,
I don't know.
yeah, on that, it kind of boils down to the difference between a science fiction
Oh,
story
like
and
hard
a-
sci-fi?
and not
Space
even hard
opera.
sci-fi, just it's a space fantasy. It's
Yeah.
a space-based fantasy versus an actual science fiction story because
And it-
you look at Star Trek as a good example from the comparison of the two. Star Trek is based off of a lot of some type of scientific ideal, and they may take it to an extreme, or
Yeah.
we might not be able to do that right now in our current technology, but that's kind of the idea. Now, when we have space wizard Jedi,
Yeah,
like
and-
Leia, who's able to
Yeah,
fly
fly
by
back.
holding out her hand.
I don't
Through
on that.
space,
I
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
really think you could say, "Oh my god, why does not technology not exist?" But it's like, come on, you gotta chillax a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You could never do that.
Oh,
Well, no
yeah.
shit. You could never do
Actually, the whole thing is explained by midichlorians.
yeah. Oh my! The thing is, I like when people say like, "Oh man, this is so ridiculous." The X, like when the X-wing like turned like that, right at the beginning of the movie, which I thought was like the coolest fucking thing ever.
Oh,
I've seen people complain like an X-wing would never do that. It's like, yeah, and some guy would never lift rocks with his fucking mind, but hey, he did
I
it.
just want to point out something that I didn't realize even after 2 times of seeing it, and it took someone else to point it out. The bombers, when they drop their bombs, what gravity is causing them to fall towards
Oh
those
my
ships?
gosh. I never thought about that either.
did not even once think
I mean,
about that.
once again, they could have just been propelled, and maybe
But
we
no,
didn't
but
see
you
it.
saw them though. Like,
Yeah, but the way they
we
just
watched how they
detached.
fell.
Yeah.
No
But
way.
I think that kind of falls into like the whole like it's you gotta
It's a science
like
fantasy.
how
There's some
else
things
It's a
you have
space
to like.
fantasy.
yeah, like how else like that shot though was super fucking cool.
It was.
was.
It absolutely was.
Like,
they definitely
it-
tried to go for best picture of the year.
Yeah, the cinematography in that movie was really great.
I just want to bring up one more point before we leave this whole science fiction versus space fantasy thing. I like how they attempted to get some type of scientific literacy correct when Leia was outside and you see the frost developing on her
yeah.
face
Oh, yeah.
because, space is really cold. But space is also a vacuum.
Yeah,
she
she-
would actually explode. Why would you choose to pick one of these facts and not the other? It was kind of, I just thought it was cute that they're like, oh, look, she gets really cold. It's like, she would be instantly frozen all the way down to every single blood cell that she has. But all right, whatever.
Well,
Midi-chlorians.
if you really
She was using the
wanted-
Force to protect her, okay, man?
Absolutely.
But I mean, if you really wanted to boil it down, you could say like, because remember earlier in the movie, Rose has like the bomb bays open. Not Rose, Paige has the bomb bay doors open, and she's not freezing to death or anything. So
That's
is she?
right, she doesn't
is she,
have,
is she
I
technically?
never even thought about that,
But
that
is she
whole scene.
technically like within the shields? Do the shields create an atmosphere?
Something that it could have
Blah 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 blah. That I think is beyond the point of like why. I don't think that's the issue I have with the actual issue I have with the.
And one more physics thing. Did anyone notice that when the Star Cruisers, destroyers, whatever they're called, even the Dreadnought, when they were not the Dreadnought, it didn't fire on the ship, but when they're firing on the Rebel Alliance as they're running away,
It's
they
the
were-
resistance.
The resistance.
Resistance.
They were arcing their shots.
Oh,
There was an actual arc trajectory that was going up and
Oh.
over and down to hit the.
But I mean,
again, what
were they-
gravity is causing them
were
to
they
have to
close
aim
enough to
slightly
the
up?
planet though?
No, not even close. This is deep space.
Oh, okay. I mean, when they were close to the planet though, that
Yeah, every single shot that I saw of a large quote unquote cannon versus just one of those auto turrets,
Yeah.
it was arced.
once again, I think that was like a visual choice more than a scientific choice. Which I mean, I don't think the general movie going audience is gonna be like, well, you see, in this movie,
Well, doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
But I see that point though. Like I never noticed that until you pointed it
Yeah,
out.
that's funny.
That's interesting. Was that no, we didn't really see that. We didn't see that in the first movie. We didn't see a space battle, so I guess if that's a stylistic choice, they have to stick with it now.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to attempt. I
Yeah.
love that they kept that style, the styling, when they got down to the old Rebel base. The
Yeah.
Alliance got to the old Rebel base.
All right. Before we get to all that, let's go back because we had a perfect segue
Oh no.
about the Princess Leia thing.
Right.
Like, oh man, that was really cringy.
It absolutely
It was-
was. No, I think the worst part was the violin viola version of the John Williams theme song. When she was flying, like I can't
Oh,
even
yeah.
recreate
When
it, but
she's
it was
yeah.
cringy music on top of a cringy scene on top of a very scientific
Like-
inaccurate.
Like the point of this scene was to like show us that like Leia is strong with the Force.
But
Like,
then
you didn't have to show it like that.
but if she's that strong with the Force and she can literally bring herself back from death, why couldn't she move the rocks at the very end of the movie?
Exactly. I mean, she's old though. I mean, she might die of a Force heart attack.
Force heart attack.
Oh, what the?
But I mean,
God,
like,
Star Wars would be so much lamer if you consider those things, like using the Force to turn off the other person's lightsaber and it's just a big clicking battle.
yeah. but no, like the Leia scene, like you could have rewrote it and have it so where like instead of everyone being sucked out, I mean, you'd break physics there, but you could have just been like, oh, she's inside the ship and she used the Force to like just keep her alive long enough so Poe can go grab her. Or she could have been inside the ship and just been like, I'm still alive, come get me, through the Force. Like that would have been the same thing. Right? Like she could have like Poe could have been all like, oh no, this sucks. And then she could be like, I'm here, and then he could have gone out and got her.
But they had to trick you too a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
oh
that was
no,
kinda
she's
cheap.
dead.
Yeah, that's also
But-
Well-
the fact that she died in real life, and I thought that that's how they're
That's how they're
killing
gonna
her
get.
character
That's
off.
that
Yeah.
is a
I was-
little lame.
yeah,
like,
but-
this
Like,
is
what
how
the
her
fuck?
character's
Yeah.
going. Like,
Yeah,
But I don't know, since John, you watched this twice. The first time I watched that scene felt like fucking forever. From the time she gets sucked out to the using the Force. The second time I watched it, it was just like it was quick.
it,
Like,
it was pretty quick.
So
I
it was
also closed my eyes and plugged my ears
oh
during the
no.
time.
Did it do it, Nate?
I don't know.
Oh,
No, we're still.
yay. Okay, we'll just have to cut that out. That'll be a quick cut.
Quick cut.
Anyway, back to that. We'll wait for Nate to finish. Okay,
Alrighty.
and we're back.
I go quick.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Dumpster Talk. We didn't go
Where-
anywhere.
Nate, we'll talk eventually. I swear.
yeah.
We could talk about the Dump Master 3000 again.
Oh,
No.
my God.
We'll talk about Star Wars, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I just that scene didn't sit right with me. It could have been done different. Very much like the whole space casino. It could have been done. You could have got the same point across in a different way. So,
I hope we see the schizophrenic, the Codebreaker guy. I hope we see him come back someday.
oh,
I actually liked his character a lot.
He was. A lot of people didn't like. I liked
a
him.
lot more the second time around.
Yeah, because he was like the whole. I think that's something we could touch on later too.
Yeah, naivety is a pretty strong theme with Star Wars.
Yeah,
and that was a perfect
well,
example of it,
one-
not revolving around a Jedi.
One of the themes that I think we'll probably touch on later, because I think it's something I really liked, was like the kind of like resetting the Force kind of like switch, where it was like, hey, you know what? The Force isn't just black and white. And we got that a lot through the movie, where it's like,
Yeah, it was more of the Force doesn't belong to anyone or
Yeah.
any one character or any one family line.
yeah.
It belongs to everyone.
But
which
you
is
got
why
that you got that reinforced with the Codebreaker guy, who's like, I do it for the money. Like, it doesn't matter who it's for. If it's the money, like,
Oh, I could see that. I could see
yeah,
parallel.
like more enforcing it.
More of a gray area, like you were talking about.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Just
We,
like
we
your
can't talk
jacket.
about that yet.
no,
I like that idea too.
The Gray Jedi.
The Gray Jedi.
This
Yeah.
is news to me. Is it like Ahsoka or?
Yeah, like Ahsoka.
Got it. Well, I mean,
Um,
that's kind of what they created. Oh, we'll get into that.
Not really. They
I
kind of
think
at
so.
the end.
I think so. At the end, they
well,
created that.
it's not straight Gray Jedi.
Well,
it's
yeah,
different.
but
It's
there
not.
is no Jedi Order, though. That's the whole point of this movie. Jedis were destroyed. Sith were destroyed.
I
The
guess.
Force has been awakened again, hence reinforcing the name of the first movie. Because after, they're going to show it's not the bloodline. You know, the Force doesn't belong to any one particular person. So they got away with the old traditions of the Jedi and their
Mm-hmm.
silly rules that they had to follow. And then the Sith, their old objectives and the same mindset that they had. And it's just now, morals versus no morals at all. I want to rule the world, and then I want to protect what I love.
Yeah, and
that's all it is now.
and it's not like
Simpler.
oh, you have to be like good guys or people who don't use their emotions at all, which is what the Jedi were pretty much.
Yeah, I think I would prefer. I think I prefer the fact that Disney is taking Star Wars and making it their own, instead of trying to just copy the same themes that have been around
Yeah.
since it first came out, and ultimately doing a poor job at it if they try to keep.
Wow, are you telling me
Maintain the
Star
status
Wars
quo.
changes faster than our Constitution that rules our country?
God.
Have you seen this administration?
Yeah. Anyway, back to the real space Nazis.
Back to the space Nazis, as opposed to the Neo. I'm not talking about Matrix.
Is there?
Stupid.
I mean, those are. I guess those are like our big two gripes. Like the movie, the Porgs, like that's kind of. I think some people liked it, some people didn't. The comedy for me, like some people liked it, some people didn't. I
It
don't
was
think.
Well,
kind of cringy at some points.
The second watching of it, it wasn't as bad. But I think as like a moviegoer, like it's a funny movie. Like almost any movie is like that nowadays, though. So, I mean, then was there anything else that we didn't really? Bless you,
thank you.
Lord have may the force be with you.
Shit, I just escaped my body.
Oh God.
May the force be with you.
Oh my God.
I know another one of John's
Nate
complaints was that little
Windu.
boy at the end
Really?
pulling the broom.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
saying, "Oh,
again,
you
yeah,
gotta
my
use the
bad.
force
I forgot.
without
Yeah,
any training."
everyone using the force.
But I think
There's a reason
But
there's a temple and an academy
Yeah,
and why there's
but-
so many years of training. And you look at anybody who's learning how to use the force, even though Anakin was a complete prodigy, he still took forever to fully grasp and understand it. The reason he didn't become a master is because of the Jedi's stupid ways and
But-
not using emotion. But, even Luke, again, in episode 4, it took him forever to figure out how to wield a lightsaber properly and how to feel for these things. And then you have these kids that are picking it up very quickly. and even Rey with very minimal formal Force training. Like, I get Kylo, I get Ben Solo because he had some type of training with both
And that Skywalker
Luke
blood.
and Snoke. But Rey had nothing.
Yeah.
And to be that good is concerning.
Yeah, it does raise a concern when like Snoke was like, "Oh, she only exists because you exist in the dark side," right?
Yeah, I kind of
Right, but then again, like
the balance is a theme though.
Yeah, and that's one aspect. But if you look at it, maybe when like do we know the truth of whose Rey's parents are? Like, it's
I
not
don't
set
think
in
that's
Snow.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
I
think it's
mean,
true.
like Snow could, like Kylo could have just been like telling
Something
her that
to mess with her head.
and
Just
it's
getting,
like it leaves room for like later. Like they could always come back. It's like, oh yeah, Rey's a Kenobi. That's why she's so fucking strong with the Force, right? Like
Oh,
that
God.
would fix everything, right?
But what they're
Yeah.
trying to do is they're trying to kill off bloodlines and families and reasons for the Force
which-
being strong.
I also kind of like that. I hope
Yeah,
she-
because they're making
yeah.
it their own. Rey's cute. Wait, what? Okay.
What? I mean,
oh my God.
Daisy Ridley. My phone number is 702.
Stop. Just stop. I think it's more cringy than the movie.
Oh, fuck.
Carlo Ren wants Charlie Ren wants to date.
I would like to
Oh,
force
God.
Skype you, please.
Force Skype. Jesus.
That's the best description I saw for that. When you're force Skyping your boyfriend from across the galaxy.
Oh, what a relief it is.
What?
I was thinking about what you would do with Force
That's-
Skyping.
Oh
Plop,
my
plop,
God.
Fizz, fizz.
Anyway, I don't know. I think that's just something.
Disney's doing.
Yeah, and
I think it goes back to the point where John was saying, like, you're dissolving the kind of idea you have of the Force currently and
Yeah.
expanding it. Like, okay, sure, there's Force sensitive people out there, but just because that one kid is doing it like that doesn't mean that there's tons of people out there. I mean,
True.
you could be just focusing on these certain characters.
Yeah.
But it was also just to, I think, enforce the idea that, like, there's this new generation of people coming in.
Yeah, they are.
Like
Well, I mean, if you look back, if you like watch the Clone Wars and stuff, like there's so many other like Force sensitive beings that aren't Jedi or Sith, right? Like the Night Sisters or whatever I think they're called. I mean, so I don't know. I think it leaves room for like more stories, like versus just saying like, oh, these are the only people in the galaxy that could use the Force. It's like now you could open it up to like future stories and whatnot.
true.
I
So-
always would like them to
Well-
go back to a massive all-out war, like how the Jedi had against the Sith back in the day, where there's just a ton of people who are capable of wielding lightsabers and using the Force. If they transition to something like that, because I want to see something badass, like I've always enjoyed that. Even though we follow the rookie and the underdog, there's always been that badass character, whether it's Luke Skywalker. He ended up turning into one, but whether it's Darth Vader or whether it was like Yoda or Mace Windu, like there's someone that you always looked up to that had, that badass
Yeah.
aurora.
That's why you got to play Knights of the Old Republic.
I love that game.
But the guy who made The Last Jedi, I think he might be making 3 more. Either I don't know if he's doing movies or like just a TV series, but it's not gonna be like. I don't think it's gonna be something to do with like this era. Like it might be older or later. I don't know.
I just
But-
want Ahsoka to come back.
Isn't she dead? Yeah, I think she's dead. I thought she turned into a Force ghost.
Spoilers.
Wait, you know.
Also, because we said spoilers for okay.
Whatever, spoilers. We assume you could go
Oh,
on
no.
Wikipedia and read it.
So
You're gonna mute him again. You should just no.
Yeah, well, you should go just watch it. It's good.
I was mainly saying that I really don't care about the viewers. It was mainly for me because I didn't finish Rebels yet.
Oh, you did. You should have told
And
me
I
that.
heard there's a season 4 coming out, so I didn't expect that to happen.
No, that's
I
already
haven't
happened in
even
season 3.
watched it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
season-
here too.
I've seen one. I'm here too.
Yeah. I don't know. I think should we move on to? Let's see. We've touched on the things we don't like. We've gone on a tangent about Star Wars in general. So should we bring it back to the movie and talk about the things we did like? 'Cause
Nothing.
Boy,
No, I was kidding.
damn.
Everything. No.
Boy, do I got a
Most
lot.
of.
of stuff that I like. Give me top 3, Nate. Go.
The moment when Luke threw the lightsaber over his shoulder. Just that specific moment.
That's it.
That was the climax of the movie.
The climax. Yeah, that was the best part.
Yeah, sign the petition after you watch that. Luke would never do that. Oh my god, he would never throw his lightsaber.
Hey, Mark Hamill disagreed with his character.
Yeah, well, I
And
mean,
how the direction of it. And Nate, we were second
yeah.
thing that you liked about the movie.
When Luke was like projecting himself across the galaxy, and Kylo ordered to fire on him.
Oh.
Oh no, it's just these are just funny parts to
Yeah.
me. It's not necessarily parts that I liked them. They're just funny to me.
So we all know Nate has to watch the podcast, watch
I'll
the
watch it
movie again, and then we'll come back and we'll do a spoiler
The
cast.
thing about me too is I'm not like deep into the Star Wars universe
Yeah.
or whatever. Like I enjoyed the movie.
I think that's
as
kinda
just
good,
like
though.
a normal viewer. Like it was good to me. Like there wasn't anything that was too bad or cringy. Like we touched on those moments, which I do agree with you guys. But like
if
overall,
you
like-
could have just been like, yeah.
yeah, it was just like it was
It's kind of good to
I-
have that perspective. Though.
Yeah, I was tempted to steal Nate's microphone and be like, "Hi, this is Nate's microphone. I really like the credits."
Oh, dude, the intro when they have the
You know-
words rolling across the screen.
Genius,
best
brilliant,
part of
original. I love
every
it.
Wait,
movie.
did you guys stay until the very end though to watch the end credit scene?
Oh yeah,
no.
no, I love that scene.
No,
Wait, what?
Oh, my
where it
God.
actually says like it thinks.
Oh no, I thought we were just like, okay, no,
No,
I thought we were
I was
doing a
being
bit.
serious.
Wait,
Like,
wait,
there's,
wait.
You're like,
there's
oh yeah, it's like a
a-
Marvel movie.
It thanks Princess Leia and Carrie
Aw.
Fisher.
Yeah, it said in loving memory of
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
We
I should
saw
have been
that
at the top.
Yeah, they should have done that at the beginning, like bam,
right
here.
before the movie. Yeah, when
Yeah.
authors write their books, they
Yeah,
put
it's
that
like
in
the
the
very
front of the
beginning.
book.
I would.
That's usually when I stop reading the book.
Honestly, if you put a picture of Carrie Fisher and her dog at the beginning of the movie and just let it sit there for like 20 seconds, I would have just cried.
my God.
I would have just cried. I would have walked out of the movie. That's all I needed to see. Anyway, Nate, is that your stuff? Is there anything else?
That's my input. You know, I went on a tangent too, but
It's okay. We like it. Because I mean, there's some. I think mine's a little bit bigger than my stuff is a little bit bigger than
I
just
do.
moments.
I know.
so-
I already know some of the things you're gonna say too, and that's why I don't really want to repeat. But I do. I like the space battle at the beginning, despite the fact that I didn't even notice the bombs,
bombs.
or the bay
Yeah.
doors being open.
But it was such
that
a cool shot.
It was
Oh my
a cool
God.
scene. Yeah,
Just like when they're like flying in, I was like, oh yes.
yeah.
I just literally I needed some new underwear. It came.
Oh my god. I looked over at you when we first saw the movie,
Oh.
and I'm just like, yeah, he's really enjoying this right now. I was like, I can tell.
I don't know if you saw my face, like when Poe came, like when they first showed the shot of like all the ships, I was just like,
Yeah, I was like, well, there you go. There's a space battle for you.
Yes, I'll hold. Yeah, I'm looking for the tall, pasty guy.
something about
Oh,
your
that
mom.
was great too.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about
Yeah,
that.
that's a good scene.
I think he might be stalling, sir.
Yeah, I know you can hear me. Okay,
They did the whole
well, when
Verizon
you
thing.
find him, just put him on for me. Like, that's
All right.
great.
John, 3 things.
Okay, 3 things that I really enjoyed about the movie. First off, will definitely be all the cute animals that were in there that were there for just
Shut
for merchandise
up.
purposes.
That just goes
the
against
casino
what-
scene that was completely necessary towards
That
the
was
plot.
brilliant.
And third of all,
Rose,
that
best
everyone, Rose best character, and that everybody can use the Force. Oh, I'm sorry, that was 4. I really like those things.
You did that
Oh, my.
same thing. Oh,
Oops,
what
did
are you
I?
doing here? You're just emphasizing the point that you hate these things.
Executing
Quit.
inversion.exe. Oh, I hated those. My God.
All right, I'm out of here. This
well-
is too much for me.
Actually, I do enjoy how Disney is making it their own, and they are, holding out a big middle finger to all the theories of Snope, and as if anything actually mattered. They come in and say, "Nope, screw that."
I got a Snoke theory.
Oh, you do? Yeah,
got a
I wanna
guess
go
we
back to that,
it
too, 'cause
doesn't really
how-
matter at all.
It doesn't, but I think it might.
I don't even care about that character anymore.
Listen to it, John. You might like it.
Okay,
Does it have
might
to
like
do
it.
with how easily he
Okay.
died?
Maybe.
go ahead.
That's what your
Okay.
theory is.
Okay,
I want to
John,
hear.
what
it.
else?
Sorry.
I think that's it.
You looked at me like I got really worried.
I like to watch movies.
I liked the movie. I liked it when the words came down on the screen.
I liked it when it was over. That was the best part.
All right.
I didn't have to hold it in no more. I meant crying.
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought you had to go to the bathroom. That's not why you were wet. Huh.
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. 3 things. I really like Luke's story, honestly. I know everyone hated it. I loved it. Like his whole
You just like someone who's broken.
yeah.
I know you. You like seeing someone who was on their shit and then they fell off the horse.
Yeah.
And then they barely recover and then they die.
Yeah, that's me. It's gonna be my life. I'm gonna finish my engineering
So
degree,
you're
John.
gonna like barely finish the engineering degree and
yeah,
then you're just
gonna
gonna
get a
like
job.
off yourself.
I'm gonna buy a house. I'm gonna buy a 240. I'm gonna buy like a LS
Can
to put
we
into
go
it.
back to the movie?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna die.
There's a movie.
Oh yeah. And then
I'm gonna stop
let's see.
you here.
I like the whole direction they took the Force. We already kind of talked about that though.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
direction and not erection. I'm sorry.
That's not how the Force works.
The Force Awakens.
What are you doing? I'm gonna be like Harvey Weinstein and force it on you.
No. And Snowflake. Okay.
Can we cut that part out?
What was I saying? Luke's story.
The direction of the Force.
The direction of the Force they're taking it. It has some problems, but overall, we kind of touched on that. And the movie was so beautiful.
I thought it was.
What are you, a snowflake?
Shut up. Shut up. We're not going to ruin a good thing we got going.
Even though we all, by we all I mean a majority of the community likes to trash on the casino scene. I mean it's a directing tactic because how many movies have we seen where they they put a lot of effort and hope onto one path and it just fails. You know, I mean it's like it's an anticlimax.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a plot device,
but
that we don't see in a lot of movies.
think-
It's a lot of the ordinary, so maybe we just don't like it because it's not.
I want to throw something random in here too. I read that Mark Hamill was actually in that scene as well. He played one of the characters, but he wouldn't say which one he played.
I guess we're gonna watch it a third time.
He could say that for every scene, and everyone would go back and watch it. Like he'll be like, "Yeah, I was also on the bridge."
No. But it was just the casino scene. He played one of the characters in the casino
I
scene.
guess we have to go watch it a third time.
We'll go watch. Or we'll watch just the credits and see. If
Yeah,
he
whose
pops
credit
up.
is? It's
Yeah.
like Luke Skywalker, casino dealer. I don't know. Should we talk about Luke?
Can we talk about how the voice actor of Hercule Satan from Dragon Ball Z was the complainer in the casino where he was complaining about them parking on the beach?
Holy shit!
It was. I was trying to say that to you guys.
Oh my God.
It was Hercule Satan.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, those guys just came and they just parked on the beach. I told them this is a public beach and you can't do that.
Wait, he was the guy who became friends with Boo, right?
Yeah.
All right, get him, Boo.
Yeah, exactly. I was really happy. I tried looking it up and I couldn't find him. I found him on IMDb.
Oh.
He has a lot of other
Yeah.
different shows, but I didn't see him on Star Wars. And I mean, I didn't actually watch all the credits.
Oh my god.
I kind of want to now. 'Cause I didn't know the guy's name at the time.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't know. Should we talk about Luke? Or are we just gonna avoid that issue? Because I think that's everyone's problem with the movie.
Yeah.
I like how he cleaned up when he force projected himself. He projected how he
you
wanted
see-
to look like.
did you see?
Yeah.
He
Shorter
got-
hair,
You
cleaner
cut your
beard.
hair.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yep, totally did.
He like got that beard wax, those Gucci shorts and shirt. Dude, he was flexing on
Yeah, he
Kylo.
got the
Oh my
designer
God.
bathrobe.
Dude, you see, you get those freaking Han Solo Yeezys that he copped.
Oh my god.
God,
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Qui-Gon Jeezys.
Qui-Gon Jesus, that's good. Oh fuck, you know what? The other thing I really like, fucking Force Yoda.
Sorry,
Force
I
Ghost
can't hear you
Yoda.
when you're not talking to your microphone.
Yeah, I'm
my
sorry.
God.
It was too good. Yoda.
Yoda.
Yeah,
I like how they actually use a animatronic Yoda for that. It's like you could tell.
I like his fucking troll laugh. Oh, you know what? I'll do it for you.
Funny joke. Anyone watching Game of Thrones would have got that reference.
I'm sorry. Right. didn't watch it. No, so I think does everyone not like Luke? Because I could kind of relate to this. Like, he's like their childhood hero, and they wrote a fan fiction in their head what Luke would be like, and then they watched
Skinny.
it and they're like, oh, what the fuck? That's not what I thought. Luke would never do that. Like, because I don't really know how much. Not in Legends, because Legends is not canon anymore, like the expanded universe. John, how many years of stuff did you get?
Thousands of books destroyed with that movie.
Thank you.
That references back to when we saw The Force Awakens 2 years ago, and I went to the bathroom to wash my hands, use the restroom as a normal person, and I overheard this one particular individual who just started yelling to, I don't know what, maybe the mirror, because no one was really paying attention to him. Yeah, probably just the Force. And it was just thousands of books just destroyed, gone with that movie. And I looked at him like, yeah, but the books were never clearly made canon.
Yeah.
I mean, George Lucas did agree. And he steps outside. I told the story to Carlu. I got out first, and he said, "Whoa, I wonder what this guy looks like." He can't. John must be exaggerating. There's no way that someone would take that much concern into this fact. And he sees the guy walk out and says, "Nope." He was not exaggerating one bit.
Yeah. Because I don't think in new canon we have anything of Luke, do we? We have Battlefront 2. Luke's in that a little bit.
I'm sorry, I don't support microtransactions.
Same, but the story, you just gotta watch all the cutscenes on YouTube. And then there's a Legends of Luke Skywalker book, which is people telling about shit that Luke did, but it sounds super ridiculous. It might not even be fucking true, right? So it's that legend of Luke Skywalker. So it's we haven't seen Luke. I don't know, when you fail like that, you don't just oh, I'm gonna go save the galaxy after you all your friends, all your kidlings die. And youngins, I told you he's gonna find all the youngins in the universe and kill them. I said it last podcast.
Oh, I hope Ben Kenobi does that. Picks up where Anakin left off, where Granddaddy did.
Yeah.
Find all the younglings.
That's what I said. I told you in the last podcast.
Yeah, do it.
Oh my god! But I still think, like what we said before, he's going in his own path, and it's showing that because he originally started trying to follow his grandfather's footsteps, but now he's
talking about Kylo.
Yeah, Kylo.
Okay, yeah. The one thing I was thinking about,
Isn't
it's
that-
Poser ass bitch. Sorry, what?
Go. Sorry.
When I think a lot of people complain about the part 2 when Luke was the dark side came over him when he wanted to he thought about for a second killing Kylo, right? And everyone's like, Luke would never do that. It's
That's not dark side though.
yeah, it's not. And that's the thing. It's if you go back, tell me Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first movie, in episode 1 when he fights Darth Maul, he's not calm, cool, and collected.
No, not at all.
I mean,
He was a mere Padawan at the time.
yeah, and to
Could not
say
control his feelings.
yeah, I mean, and Luke hasn't had that much training either. He's been with an old guy for a while, and he read fucking books. I can tell you right now, if you read a thermodynamics textbook, does not mean that you know thermodynamics.
This is true.
I can tell you that right now.
Page turners, they were not.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think I liked the story, so a lot of people didn't, but I don't know. I really liked it. I don't know what else to say about that. Anything else?
No, we're just gonna be quiet from now on.
Do I just have to carry this
No.
the rest of the time?
I liked it too. I mean, I haven't read or watched any of the other things you were talking about, so I haven't seen any of that. Just count me out of there because I have no idea.
What's a battlefront?
What's
I don't
that?
want to pay money. You kidding me? No, but overall, yeah, and like you were saying, you can't be 100% good all the time.
Yeah,
Sometimes
we
you have
said
to
that
do bad things for the greater good too.
But I think that's what every bad person tells themselves.
True, but I don't know. Yeah,
So why
you
do
could see it from both
good
sides.
Girls like
Like
bad
bad
guys. I've had this problem for
A
a
really
really long
long
time. I
time.
try to be a Jedi.
Please don't flag a
It's cool.
podcast.
Oh my God, we're ruining this so fast.
I do not own the rights to any of the lyrics that I just performed.
That was
It's
a
okay to put small like little bits in there, and change up the words.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Those lyrics belong to Escape the Fate. I mean, falling in reverse.
I don't know, Ronnie Radke and band.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Not Star Wars related.
yeah, let's bring it back to Star Wars.
The movie.
We got kind of off track there. Do we want to touch on? Is there any? I mean, like we could rave on and on and on about all the good stuff. Like we could talk
I left
about.
my glow sticks at home.
Oh, fuck you.
I wish we should set up a petition. The petition would be for Sesame Street to change the way that they teach children how to count. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
7,
shut up.
3.5,
Stop.
8.
What?
That's the order the Star Wars movies came out.
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 3.5, 8.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
That is terrible.
I didn't get that.
I
so
caught that
stupid.
right away. I was
I
like,
did.
what are you doing?
I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I will be the first to sign that petition.
Yeah. We'll
Just because
change it.
it's funny.
So, do we want to talk about what we want in the next movie? I mean, we're 2 years
Did we
out.
address our predictions from
Oh
the
no,
last
not yet.
one?
We didn't. I was right. Luke
Yeah,
did die.
You were right, Luke.
I
died.
was not present.
What
Okay.
else did we talk about?
We said that I think if I remember correctly, when I was editing it, I listened to it. It was what we both wanted is that we wanted Kylo. We didn't care if he went good or bad. We wanted him to make a decision, which he did.
Yeah, but it's still. I know it wasn't the decision you wanted.
On that note, I don't think Kylo was ever conflicted on whether he wanted to be good or bad. The only conflictions that he had were whether to take it all for his. Well, it was first an identity issue that he had about trying to be Darth Vader with the mask and everything, but then it turned into should he take it all for himself and claim the name of Supreme Commander? Because not. If you look at it, because when I watched it the second time, that's what I was paying attention to see like, okay, how is he thinking? And family isn't necessarily like not wanting to kill your family. His mother, Leia, when he chose not to shoot, that doesn't necessarily mean that he is good or conflicted.
Yeah.
Like he had that in his mind. He's like, you know what? No, I'm not. He did hesitate, but he's like, I'm not going to do this. The confliction came from, do I kill Snoke and how do I do it? Ever since Snoke called him a failure from the very beginning, it opened his eyes. Like in a really roundabout way, Snoke was saying you got to be your own person. You got to kill the past. You can't just pretend that you're Darth Vader anymore. You're not like him.
Yeah.
And that's where he got his moment of clarity. And then the only struggle was that what Rey was sensing in him, where she said that he was conflicted. His confliction was, do I step up and take the throne for myself?
Which was misinterpreted by Rey as
Yeah. And then the hubris of Snoke was his downfall, which I really like because that seems to always be the downfall of the Sith is
okay,
their
but
pride.
like low key, put your tinfoil hats on here, right? What if Snoke? Oh, you get it? You guys get it? But what if Snoke just okay? This is some super BS Force shit.
Obi-Wan.
Oh my
He's
God.
actually Darth Maul. No, that would suck. Darth Maul, you get cut in half again. He's actually already dead too. Spoilers.
You son of a bitch.
But and I think the theory is someone kind of glossed over. It's like, what if, now that Kylo is kind of completely in the dark and completely blinded by his one goal now, right? What if it's Snoke just wanted that, so now he could take over Kylo's body?
Oh my God.
That's some crazy ass Force shit,
Oh.
right? And that's why it's they just threw him away because it's I mean, Snoke.
They threw him away, but really,
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
just
why he was so excited when
when he
Kylo
came
was
back.
killing him?
Well, no, it's that when Kylo, when he finally sensed all right, Kylo finally he has a decision. He's gonna be bad, so now I could really just take over his body. He's super powerful. Why not? And we've got it. I don't know if we've been hinted in the past about it. I thought something in the prequels they mentioned it. There's a theory that Plagueis is still alive. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. But I thought that was kind of interesting. All right, everyone, take your tinfoil hats off now.
That one infected me right in between the crevices of the aluminum foil or
that
tinfoil.
sucks. You
Whatever.
got to get some new tinfoil.
Maybe that was my problem. I used aluminum foil.
Oh, okay. But no, back to what we were saying, because we keep having to go back to what we were saying.
Yeah.
Predictions.
I don't even remember where we're at.
We wanted.
Oh,
I said Luke died. That
which
was
you're right.
Kind of
yeah.
sad. We wanted Kylo to go to a side. I think we wanted Finn to not be in a coma, which happened. He's not in a coma.
Yeah, that was
Rose is
pretty
now.
quick, yeah. Ooh.
I think we were pretty close on that. We didn't really have any predictions for any other stuff. But
We wanted Finn to develop more,
yeah, which you didn't get either, which
yeah,
sucked.
we didn't get.
Sorry, I just wanted. I've been looking this up after we talked about the Snoke theory.
Yeah.
Because there's a picture that the director Ryan Johnson tweeted out. He's holding up a little piece of paper that says "Your Snoke theory sucks."
Damn.
There's a lot of. That's also why the community is kind of outraged at him. It's because he is taking a strong stance, and it was a big middle finger to all this time that people spent in the last 2 years trying to figure out. It's like, well, who is Snoke? How does it connect to the old movies? Again, how does it relate to the past? And he is killing the past with the direction he's going in.
Yeah.
So, he's being consistent, but some people find it disrespectful.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of room now. I mean, you could always explore Snoke's past in a book or in like a comic or something. We could always go back and like figure out who he is. I mean, like if you look at the movie, like it's already 2.5 hours long. Is exploring Snoke's past? Is that like, does that really fit in the movie? Like,
No, it doesn't.
I
But
think-
they kill. I feel like this movie would have been great as the end of the first trilogy. If this was the episode, this is a great cliffhanger
Yeah.
where it is now. If
the rebels are done, how do they come back? Blah 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 blah.
exactly,
Yeah.
this would be great. If this was the third movie that Disney came out with. Well, third in succession movie that they came out with for the main plot storyline. And then if there was a movie in between this, not Rogue One, but one that was in the
I think,
timeline
yeah.
in between, that would actually explain Snoke's past and maybe raise parents. maybe
yeah.
maybe some Finn development.
You could have got
maybe introduce
everything-
Rose ahead of time.
Everything that happened
Explain
to
that she
Poe.
has a PhD
Yeah.
in trackers.
Yeah.
Apparently,
She's fucking Scotty.
I'm
Oh
giving
my
it
God.
all she got, Captain.
Why
Yeah.
didn't they just beam each other to the ships then?
I know, right? Fuck's
Ooh.
sake. Come on, Ron
Yeah,
Cannon.
where are the
wait,
giant eagles?
Wait,
Their version of the Enterprise.
you
is
guys, come
terrible.
on. That was Legends. It's no longer canon, okay?
Oh, I wanted to bring that up. Snoke's ship, looking like Thanos' ship.
Oh, like the.
Oh,
What, do
yeah.
they call what is it called? The Sanctuary or something like that, or the.
Dude, it's pretty cool. I know. Should we wrap this up? Like, just quick
Um,
summaries?
or we could go to where you were talking about before about predictions for the next movie.
I don't know. It's kind of too early. I mean,
Maybe,
I have wants, not too much predictions. Like, of course, we want more Finn. I want more Rose. I want I want Rey to put together her next lightsaber, or if
Have it
Rey,
be gray.
what?
Have it a gray lightsaber.
Yeah, or if she gets Luke's green lightsaber, it's still out
I
there.
prefer gray.
What if she just gets Luke's lightsaber though? That'd be so cool. Ignite the green, like everyone was saying, which is
Oh my
stupid.
God.
I don't know. I don't think we could really dig too much into it. Maybe we'll explore that in a future episode.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
We
that.
can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Maybe more time, like closer to when the movie comes out.
So you could watch it again, and then you could
Yeah.
go read. We could go read all the canon stuff, and then come back.
talk about it again, maybe.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll start watching
Rebels.
Rebels. Or something too,
It's
so
it's.
I'll get
it's okay.
more into it.
Yeah, it's good, but it's okay. You have to watch Clone Wars too. It's long. It's long as shit.
Oh god,
Um,
more stuff to watch.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. We should just to summarize. There's things we didn't like about it. There's a lot of things we did like about it that
Overall, we enjoyed it.
we enjoyed it. I think it was an overall good movie. I think if you just watched it as like a casual fan like Nate,
Yeah,
like you'd walk out.
which I
happy.
feel like. See, we're talking about this, and we're getting
Deep.
into this. We're getting deep. But
Hashtag
that's not
fake
how
deep.
most of the people go to the movie.
Yeah, they
like
just-
a lot of the people that went to go see the movie were just casual fans. Like, this
Well,
is cool. Let's go see it.
Okay, Transformers. They made 5 fucking Transformers,
I'd
and
see 'em all.
enough people went to warrant 5 fucking Transformers movies. and they were terrible. So we could get 5 Star Wars movies if they're okay.
True. No, but it was good though, and it made a lot of money. So
Disney's stock did not go up one bit because of this. I'm sorry, I'm just salty.
That sucks.
God,
It'll go up when they buy 20th Century Fox, though.
We're going to acquire 27th Century Fox?
oh goddamn Jonas Brothers. Oh.
Oh my god. But is that it? So there were some things we didn't like. There was a lot that we did like, and I think overall it was a good movie. I'm really sorry to all the people who didn't like it. Maybe next time. And I know all those people who complained about it and signed this petition are gonna watch the next movie anyway.
Also, get good.
Get good. Oh my fucking god. All right. Well, that's it for
That's it.
this week's.
That is a wrap. Thank you for taking us to the curb every week like you always do. Tune back in next week for some more Dumpster Talk,
Yeah.
the official podcast of Trash Inc.
www.youtube.com/trashinc.
Nate wanted to say something also.